Right, so on with my next video, and this is going to be about a magazine that I've been buying over the last, say, 6 to 8, 9 months, basically. Now, people know me, I am a magazine freak, just like I am when it comes to music, basically. When I buy CDs and some music DVDs and so on. But when it comes to magazines, I'm pretty much the music magazine man, basically. I read a fair few music magazines. Now, I've talked before about Songlines, which I basically read. I get that every time because I have a folder in W.H. Smith. So what normally happens is all my magazines go into my folder. Now I buy basically Songlines that goes into my folder. I buy Blues and Soul, which is all about obviously soul music and related. It has a bit of R&B. Sorry about it. It has a bit of R&B in there, a bit of rap, reggae, blues, a bit of jazz, and I'm not saying it's got a lot of these things in it, but it's predominantly soul music, and they do feature the classic soul as well. So they do northern soul features and things like that. I also read Record Collector, although it's not in my folder because I don't technically buy that. My dad does, but I do read it. And then I have Billboard magazine, which is a trade magazine in America. I get that if it comes into my folder because for many times the last year it's been difficult to get hold of. They have problems getting it basically, and it comes in my folder every now and again now, which is a bit of a shame because I love that magazine to bits with all the charts and everything. And then I do Music Week, which is another trade magazine basically. Now I would read a lot of other music magazines, but there'd be too many of them and wonder what it would be like to keep them all and be like, yeah, have I got room to store them? But basically, they're the main ones that I read. Oh, and I read one of the magazine which is not based on music. Yes, sad man that I am, I read Darts World. I subscribe to that. But one magazine that I have recently been basically buying, not that it goes into my folder because it's a recent edition. I just normally pick it up on off the shelf. Is a wonderful magazine. In fact, when I first saw this magazine, I thought, wow, it is amazing. And before I do show you this magazine, basically what I want to say is the magazines that I buy, they do represent different types of music. Like when I buy Songlines, it represents folk, world music, a bit of reggae, a bit of country, that kind of thing, and various other things like that. Predominantly, mostly world music. You know, the magazines do represent different types of music. So I can read magazines on all kinds of music because that's what I like. But the magazine basically that I've been buying recently that has been a massive, massive, absolute fantastic buy is this one called Fireworks, Rock and Metal. Now, I told my friend about this and he says he knows it, he read it, and it is absolutely brilliant. Now, the reason for this being one of the best magazines on the planet, not apart from the ones that I do read myself, is you always get a free. Well, we say a free CD, but it's not that it's a free. It's not technically a free CD that you can play on your CD player. It is basically a CD that has an over 80 songs on it. Yes, really. They basically give you, it says here, massive 148-page issue comes with 87 free songs. Now, this isn't really a monthly magazine or a weekly one. This is more like every 3 months. They do quarterly ones. And what they do is an independent magazine, basically. You can really only buy it from subscription or WH Smith because that's who they have a license with basically to say we want to sell this magazine basically to WH Smith people. So you go to WH Smith, you can see it on the shelf. But it is fantastic. Basically anything that is all to do with heavy metal, basically, or rock music. Probably not so much the softer type of rock music. If you know what I mean. I'm not quite sure if they'll get Phil Collins in here, but you do get rock music in here basically. So I'm sure if I wanted to do a feature on Bryan Adams, I'm sure it would feature, but that's what they do, and they give you 87 free songs, which is on a CD, and they're MP3, so that is brilliant. What an absolute bargain. Now, I know people say it does cost a lot of money, and yes, you are paying, what, $5.99 for a magazine, but $5.99 you can't grumble, you get all them great songs, and they don't just give you any old song. What they give you is they give you, basically, groups of songs, which is basically Group 1, Melodic Hard Rock and AOR. Group 2, 70s Retro Rock, Blues, Southern Rock and Americana. Group 3, Progressive Instrumental and Psychedelic Rock. Group 4, Modern Alternative Stoner Rock. And Group 5, Symphonic Rock, Power Metal and Heavy Metal. And they are all different bands and artists, basically, that are represented in this. A lot of them, or some of them, are older based records, because I'm pretty sure that it's not easy for them to say we're going to give you 87 new tracks of music when they might not be able to find 87 new tracks of music, basically. But they do give you some new stuff which you can get on there. But apart from that, you do get a lot of stuff that comes directly from maybe some of the older ones, and they're all different artists. Some of them you'll know, some of them you won't know. A lot of them I don't actually know, so that is great. But they're good to listen to, and it's something brilliant that you can just sink your teeth into when you want to hear something that you've probably never heard before. You can just go through this magazine and put that basically into your laptop and see all the files, and you'll be like, yeah, and you can just read it. But I think it's a fantastic magazine, written very well, lots and lots of stuff in it. I mean, literally. Um, I would say if you're into your rock and metal music, this would be the magazine for you, basically. But um, I do, I do think it's worth the money, basically, and it's worth having that in your collection if you're gonna be if you're gonna be basically buying a magazine, because think of that. But I don't want to try and advertise it too much for people to buy in Peterborough, because they might buy the copies on W.H. Smith's shelf and not have any copies for me to buy. So I guess in some, because it's not like some magazines where they have quite a few copies on the shelf. You probably only have a few copies, but I suppose it depends on the buying and who buys them. But just wanted to share that it's got some lovely stuff in it, basically, and this one's got Europe in it, basically. So this is my third issue I've bought now, so I've got 3 CDs worth of music on there, and it's wonderful. My friend loves it. My friend said I've heard of it and thinks it's a good magazine, and more often than not, he'll get songs on there that he's never heard of and be like, yeah, that's good. But anyway, I'll leave it there because obviously I've got more blogs to do and so on when I get round to recording them and thinking of ideas that I can record. But other than that, I've got to get all my other blogs done, basically, to upload as and when throughout the week and next week. Until then, bye for now.